Good morning once again. Hashtag Darius Wright, the Natural Healer. I'm the author of the book, Fitness and Health for the People, Straight, No Chaser. We're all about the people here. We're not interested in companies. We're not interested in the profits of the few. We're interested in the health and wellness of the people. I'm also the owner of Tesla Holistic Preventive Wellness, a wellness company that where we consult with those who are interested in manifesting and creating a better life, a better wellness for themselves and perhaps their loved ones. But first, themselves comes first. We can find us at www.teslalonglife.com. Once again, that's www.teslalonglife.com. So why I'm making this video today is because we're living in times of great uncertainty. But in reality, those who actually have the knowledge of health and wellness, not Western medicine knowledge, but actual knowledge of natural healing, of natural health and wellness, have no such fears. So this is where Tesla Holistic Preventive Wellness can help with people who don't right now have the knowledge to prevent them from being fearful of whatever is going on in the world today. When we live a life of good health and do the right things, then we need not fear the numerous pathogens, the numerous diseases and what have you that the earth has in its environment. So this is why the earth has provided so many different various substances for us to utilize. That's for the healing of our bodies, the plants, the animals, and humans. So how and why can Tesla Wellness help you to achieve your goals? There's a difference in Western medicine and natural healing. I'm a natural health consultant. I'm a certified holistic practitioner. I'm a certified herbalist. I'm a certified yoga instructor. A natural health consultant with decades of knowledge and experiences is someone who has far greater knowledge and experiences than someone who only has the knowledge of the book, who only has the knowledge of what they learned from the certificate course that they took for 2 or 3 months. Someone like me, hashtag Darius Wright the Natural Healer, has decades of suffering, decades of knowledge, decades of observations. So I have the ability to understand and relate to those things, those problems that people are having today. The reason is because I probably suffered a great deal of those problems that many people are suffering today. I've gone through the whole gambit of life. And I've been to the brink of death on several occasions in my past. And this is why I became fanatical about my own health and wellness. I had to make a decision. Although I believed that I would die before I made 40, probably in my mid-30s, but if I did keep living the life that I was living, I would have died. But I educated myself to the truth, the facts. And it wasn't instantaneous. Nothing happened by magic, but it happened by doing the right things, living the right life. And nothing is a guarantee. Nothing in life is a guarantee. But the odds are in our favors when we do all the right things. Anything can happen. Don't get me wrong. It's not perfect. But right now, I haven't been sick in decades. I don't get sick. And that's because I live a life that's conducive to good health. And in reality, I'm not the healthiest person on the earth. I may be one of the healthiest in America, but in comparison to the people who actually live healthy lives in excellent environments, clean environments, in more simplistic environments, they're far healthier than I am. I learned that by being in the mountains of the Philippines over the summer. I was the least healthy of the people I was engaging with at the yoga school that I was working with. So I'm taking the time today to offer professional wellness and fitness counseling. This is not someone who's here to try to make a buck off of the misery of others. This is someone who it's become my duty to pass on the knowledge of wellness. I wasn't granted this knowledge to profit from it necessarily, but everything in a capitalist society is about profit. But I was given this knowledge to pass on to the hordes, the multi-millions, the hundreds of millions of people in American society today who don't have any knowledge of health and wellness beyond what they hear from the fake news media and from what they hear on stupid social media, from people who don't have the foggiest idea about health and wellness except for what they read in a meme or whatever, a meme or whatever other way that they acquired the misinformation that they continue to try to pass around. The recent corona hysteria and the fact that those with pre-existing conditions who are on numerous medications and what have you, that the fact that those people are more susceptible to the coronavirus and any type of disease isn't rocket science. It only makes sense. They have the weakest immune systems, and they have no ability to resist sickness and disease of any type. This is the problem for the majority in America today. It doesn't matter if they're old people that are on medications. They could be young people, very young people that are on nothing but junk foods and video games and internet all day. They have no physical activity. They put nothing in their bodies that are of nutritional value. So the corona hysteria should have created a condition for the people, or a mentality for the people that tells them that we need to start living a healthy life. If they say that coronavirus is more lethal to those who live the least healthy lives, then the only thing people should be talking about right now is how to live the healthiest possible lives. But almost none are speaking of that. There's not one Western doctor, there's not one news program that's saying to people that they need to live healthier lives. They do tell you to put on masks, which is illogical. They tell you to put on rubber gloves, which is illogical. They tell you to use toxic hand sanitizers, which is illogical. So what they in the Western medicinal business are telling the people to do are things that manifest unhealthiness, that manifest sickness and disease. You can't promote good health by masking yourselves up, breathing in toxic carbon dioxide, toxic fumes from an unhealthy gut, from wearing gloves, because the body needs to interact with organisms. We need to have organisms. We don't need to be. Mankind hasn't existed for hundreds of years by protecting himself from nature, but by interacting with nature. So today, we must recognize it's our responsibility to manifest our own health and lives. We can't depend on others to do it for us. Others who only promote chemical medicines, never anything about good diet, proper activity, proper exercise, proper mental health through meditation and what have you. They never promote such things. They only promote using the things that I've already mentioned, toxic vaccines, toxic medicines, nothing that can promote health within the human body. So as I've said, I've had decades of experiences, decades of misery, and decades of good life. I can relate, someone like me can relate to what you're going through, as I've said. I've already suffered such a life for decades. But I was able to eventually overcome even suicidal depression, complete malnutrition, a degenerate gambling addiction, alcoholism, drug addiction, and sex addictions. Through proper natural living, I was able to conquer all those demons and manifest my life. I was able to create a new existence, one that I had never known in my whole life. It's the same for every single one of you. And I didn't just magically figure out how to do the right things. I studied those in other societies who lived those lives and who have lived those lives for thousands of years. It's not magic. It's only logic. It's scientific. It's not science based on profits. It's not science based on how much money can be made. It's science based on how much life can be manifested. So at Tesla, though, we're not here to just teach you. We are not teachers. We're guides. We guide you to the attainment of the knowledge of wellness. Because me or any consultant just telling you what to do is never the cure. It's never the recipe for wellness. The recipe must include you learning yourself. You must become the teacher at some point. You must be able to pass on the knowledge that you have attained through your research, through your observations, through your experiences to others. Maybe you may make a profit, maybe you won't. But the key is that you, the individual, must learn the knowledge of wellness, the recipe of wellness. The very first thing that you must recognize is that your body's ability to heal is greater than anyone wants you to know. I'm going to continue to say that. They don't want you to know that you have the ability to heal yourselves. You just need the knowledge, first of all. You can't do anything without the knowledge. You have to have the pride in self, the pride to be the best person you can be. And you have to have the commitment to go through with it every day of your life. So you need the pride, you need the knowledge, the pride, and the commitment to take control of your own life. Now, when you have no knowledge, when you don't have the pride in good health and youthfulness, and you don't have the commitment to make those things happen, then you become someone that can be used, someone that can be manipulated, someone who can be profited from. Because those without knowledge and without self-respect are those who can easily be manipulated by those who profit from unhealthiness in this instance and ignorance. So we can make it happen, but we have to do all the right things. We can't just do part of the right things. And I don't know why anybody would want to do part of the right things. The right things are the things that are going to get us healthy. The right things are living naturally, simplistically. It's not complicated. It's very easy. So at Tesla Holistic Preventive Wellness, we guide you into understanding that you have the ability to simplistically attain the greatest health in life. You don't have to sit around afraid. You don't have to walk around with masks and gloves and these types of things on when you live the proper lifestyle, the proper natural lifestyle. When we live that way, we interact with nature. We don't hide from nature. So we help you to achieve this through guidance. But you have to be the one who wants it, who lusts for wellness, who lusts for knowledge. Self-research by the client is imperative, but we guide you into what are the best sources. We don't recommend anything from Western medicine. Rarely do we recommend any Western medicinal sources because, as we always say, they are based on profits and never on logical, simplistic science. Living a healthy life and attaining healthy life is far more simplistic than anyone wants you to believe. I continue to tell you that because that is the absolute truth. So, this is not a get-rich-quick scheme by me. I'm not interested in the profits. I'm interested in the betterment of the people. If profits come, so be it. But we're not interested in trying to profit from the people. We're interested, there is going to be profit made because we cannot give our services for free. But the underlying, the root of the reason that we provide our services is not for profit, but for the benefit of the people. And that's hard for many people to believe. There's almost no people in business today that have that mentality. But hashtag Darius Wright, the Natural Healer, says what he means, or means what he says. I say exactly what I mean. So when we say we're not interested in the profit and in the people, that is the reality. So at Tesla, we teach the individual, we guide the individual to be responsible for their own health and lives. That's what's important. No longer waiting around for others, as we keep saying. The more we live in the proper, natural, simplistic ways, the greater lives we will attain. And then through right living, we maintain our lives for a long, healthy life. We don't have to suffer like others. We don't have to walk around miserable, carrying oxygen tanks and on 20 medications, on 20 extremely harmful medications that have more side effects than the disease that you have. There's a recipe for wellness. And that has to be the very beginning of your journey. You have to learn what that recipe for wellness is. Eating right, exercising are the essential building blocks. But there's much, much more. There's no one thing we can do to attain the wellness. It's a systemic process. It's something that we have to do every part of it. Like as we said, you have to eat right, you have to drink right, you have to stay active, you have to stay mentally active, and you must continually strive for the knowledge of wellness. I don't know everything today, although my knowledge is vast today. I don't know every aspect of wellness, besides the fact that I live in America in an environment where I can't fully reveal or fully see the greatness of nature. I'm only supplementing with the various dried herbs and plants that I can find in the natural environment. But in reality, I don't live in an environment to fully realize the bounty of nature. But my life is still excellent, just as yours can be. So the knowledge of the individual is the key to success. If you have to be constantly guided, then that's a problem. So let us think about what I'm saying today. We are professional counselors. We're not here for games, not here for fun and games at all. This is the most serious matter concerning your lives today. I don't care what anyone tells you. Your health and wellness, the health and wellness of your family, is the most important factor in your lives today. Because without your health and wellness and that of your loved ones, then there is no existence. So let's think about what hashtag Darius Wright, the Natural Healer, has told us today. Let's get some, what's the word I'm looking for? Let's get excited. Let's get excited about our own health and wellness. We're here for you. We want you. There's nothing more than a person like me loves than to see healthy, happy, vibrant people. There's no enjoyment in looking at sick, miserable, unhealthy people. But it's not their fault. It's the lack of knowledge, the lack of the society caring about educating the people to live the best possible lives, because they don't make good customers. They need customers. Customers, intelligent people, people with knowledge, the people that know better, they don't make good customers. Only the people who don't know anything, they make good customers. The people who have poor health, now, they make good customers. But the people with good health, the people with knowledge, they don't make good customers in the medical pharmaceutical business. So keep that in mind. Hashtag Darius Wright, the Natural Healer, author of the book, Fitness and Health for the People. Straight, no chaser. You can find it at many of the various outlets such as Amazon, eBay, Barnes & Noble, and what have you. Our website is www.teslalonglife.com. We're wellness experts. We want you also to enjoy the greatest health and lives as we do here at Tesla. Thank you very much and have a great day.